did you make connection to the assessments that we did in class, right? Did you pull your strengths and your weaknesses from the actual assessments that we did in class? And I think most of you did really well on this after we fixed the first attempt, right? The second one was depth of reflection. And here we're looking at, there's a really big difference between a surface level response and an in-depth response, right? And so I would say that most students struggle with this. Most students, they attempt to answer the question, but they don't give explanation, description, or examples, right? So it's always important whenever you're writing anything, whether it be a summary of your strengths and weaknesses, whether it be a journal entry, whether it be a test question where you have to answer it in full sentences, whenever you're writing anything, you want to ask yourself, did I explain why? Did I give any examples? Did I describe what I mean? And if you can answer yes to those three, you typically end up in that 4 out of 4 category. Okay? The next one is engaged writing. You'll see this as a part of almost every rubric. Every assignment that you hand in, you have to take the time to edit it, go through it, and make sure there's no typos, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, punctuation mistakes. Capitalization, too, is becoming a major issue. And it's silly because back, years ago, capitalization was something that we learned very early. You capitalize the I when you type, but now that technology is becoming a huge part of our lives, and with your cell phones, when you type, it corrects it for you, right? You don't have to hit Shift I every time you hit the I. You just hit I and it spaces, and then all of a sudden it capitalizes it for you. So we're losing the ability to capitalize ourselves, and so you'll see in some of your assignments, if you go back and look at them, now that you have your rubric, if you had any of those capitalization or punctuation errors, you might have lost 1 or 2 marks here. So each column describes what you're looking for. The engaged writing, this one you had to have no errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar in order to get a 4 to 4. For 3 out of 4, you can have 1 to 2, minor errors, and then moving down to few, many, or multiple errors that impact the understanding of the assignment. The last one is the requirement of the discussion board, and the only requirement was that you identify your top 5 strengths and your top 5 weaknesses.